Welcome to the Our Team Podcast, powered by eXp Realty. Are you an agent looking to level up? Are you someone looking to buy or sell real estate? Fantastic. This is the show for you.
Welcome to the Our Team Podcast. I'm Brian Auer. I am the team leader, one of the team leaders. My wife she kind of runs the thing. For real, it's her.
Probably a safe statement.
They're here too. I wanted to introduce people to Jerry Newey. You have kind of a cool last name.
It is.
It doesn't sound old. It sounds
not old.
Newey.
It's definitely new.
When people make fun of you, like your last name?
Oh, I've been called everything.
Like what? What's like my last name being Auer? It's people like Brian Auer. Ooh, what time is it, bro? Like they think they're the first one to ever say that, and they think they're being funny. What about you?
I've heard Newey, Newsy. They just get it wrong when I was playing sports when I was a kid. But
Jerry Newby.
I was a redhead with freckles, so I got called everything under the sun.
You look like a redheaded stepchild.
I answered anything. I'm good.
Yeah, that's me too. I know. You know, people used to make fun of me all the time, and my dad taught me this. He would say, when people make fun of you, one up them. Like if they make fun of you because I used to have really frizzy hair. I shave it now, so no one knows what my hair really looks like. But I had curly hair, and people would make fun of me, and they'd say, you look like whatever. They'd say something about my fro, right? And I'd be like, whoa, but what about my zits? I got zits too. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like I would one up them when they made fun of me. And it just disarmed them. They're trying to make fun of me, and I'm pointing out more things that they missed.
Absolutely.
Right? So, anyway, well, I'm glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
This podcast is kind of a free for all, kind of a free flow type of thing. I wanted you to sort of explain yourself. You were someone that was in real estate for quite some time before you came on our team. At first, I thought you were a new agent because you had to retake the test. Right. So when I first met you, you were doing a home inspection at a property. Right. We have a mutual client, and so you were doing a home inspection. So I met you, and you said, "Hey, I'm getting my real estate license." So I immediately was thinking, "Oh, that's cool. He should join my team. Right. He should definitely join EXP, right?" And so I went after you because of your countenance. I just thought, "Yeah, this guy has such a cool spirit. I really think he would be a phenomenal agent."
Thank you.
Our team puts a lot of weight on putting clients first and really being, caring, not just with each, team members, but also just having that attitude. Our core values are very important to us. And I was like, this is a guy who would fit perfect with our core values. Anyway, so during that time, I learned that you had your license before. Let's unpack that a little bit. So what caused you to get out of real estate back then?
Well, I was licensed and active from 99 to 2008. Worked with a couple of resale brokerages and then a new home builder.
Oh, you worked for a new home builder?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I was with Party for a while there in Canyon Hills. Just did sales for a couple of communities, Briarcliff, Cross Creek.
Yeah.
Started off with them as a temp. That's how I got into them.
Interesting.
So yeah, that's one of the ways you can get into new home sales if you never had any previous experience with new home sales. You just go through real estate temps.
Right. Huh.
Which is fun. I had a great experience with resale and new homes. But fast forward to 2008 when everything kind of went sideways. I had an opportunity to go work for the phone company, so I went installing for AT&T for about 10 years.
Okay, gotcha. So when you were getting out of real estate is really about a year. In 2007 is when I got into real estate.
Right.
Things were booming, and then they crashed right away. And so, but I didn't get into it because it was booming. I got into it because I wanted to help a very good friend of mine. And he actually was starting to get loaded up with REO properties and couldn't handle the volume. So he approached me and said, "Hey, I want to help, you can help me, I can help you." And so I got into real estate that way. And I will forever be grateful for him. His name is Jason Harper. He's we've maybe talked to him.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine, incredible agent. But so you got out of real estate because things just kind of fell apart and you had a better opportunity. At that time, if you would have, like, what do you think could have kept you in real estate so that you wouldn't have had that big gap?
Gosh, that's a good question. I honestly should have never left. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
But I should have stuck it out and never left. I'm not sure exactly why.
I'll bet you if you had some better coaching and a support.
Had I had a team by then I never would have left. This experience here, hands down, trumps everything that I've experienced in the past. And I've had some wonderful experiences with resale and new homes. But I've never been part of a team like this where everyone is available to jump in when needed, myself included, yourself included.
Yeah.
So
you definitely don't feel alone when you're on the team.
Had I had that culture,
yeah,
then I probably never would have left. But I'm happy to be back and happy to be in this culture and to be part of it. It's phenomenal.
We try to train the agents that, there's just basic principles when you're first starting out of, really taking command of your CRM, building out your CRM, making sure you have some automation going, making sure you're not a secret agent. There's certain things that you do to sort of kick off your career to make sure that you're going to be set up for success,
right?
Which we're doing with you now.
Absolutely. And you guys don't miss a beat from new agents to even older agents that are getting reacclimated like myself.
Yeah. Even more seasoned agents that come to our team and they're like, wow, we never had this much opportunity before,
Absolutely.
Right? A lot of lead generation and things like that we're doing for the team. But tell me about, you also were doing home inspecting. So how did that work? Were you doing that for everyone or were you just doing it for one client? How did that end up? Because I met you were the home inspector.
Yes. So back when I was doing real estate, I had a wonderful experience with the home inspector that we used in our office. And from that, after being with the phone company for a while, I got tired of having to work so many hours. I had a new child in my life, so I need a little more flexibility. So I started doing home inspections. Got reacclimated, took the course at the college, and then was doing that for a few years and really enjoyed it. I enjoy homes in general, and then helping people, you know,
that's cool.
Primarily. So,
how many home inspections did you do? Were you?
Oh gosh, I've done
hundreds.
A few hundred.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah. It's something. It's not a conflict of interest. You can actually do home inspections still if you want to.
Correct.
It could be a little bit of a side hustle. Hopefully, you'll get so busy in real estate that you absolutely won't have time for that.
That's the goal. Yeah. The paychecks are a little better in real estate.
Oh, for sure, right? You work for 4 hours and you get $300, but you can also work for 4 hours and make $15,000.
Exactly. Exactly.
But it's not always about the money. If somebody really needs, what I think is cool about being a home inspector and having that type of a perspective and those types of eyeballs on a home, when you're showing a property, you're looking around like a home inspector too, and you're kind of seeing, wow, you know what? I need to make this buyer aware of a few things that are going to probably come up.
Absolutely.
And you're preparing them that if we do right on this home, here's a couple of things we're probably going to need to ask for.
100%.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking at it with a different set of eyes for sure. The buyers are typically looking at where they're going to put furnishings. They're envisioning themselves entertaining. Which is fantastic. But I'm also I'm following them, with their vision, but I'm also pointing out the things along the way that I see immediately that need to be addressed. So
that's awesome.
It's helpful.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I feel like I can call on you too if I'm working with a buyer or someone else on the team and they see a little something that's askew, right? It's like, hey, let's call Jerry.
Absolutely.
Jerry probably knows what this is.
Send me a snapshot of it. I'll let you know what's going on right away.
Exactly.
And if I don't have the answer, I can definitely reach out to my peers as well in the industry.
Although there was that one time we were showing a property together, and I saw something in the garage, that weird tank-looking thing.
It was those expansion tanks,
And I was like, oh, Jerry will know. He's a home inspector. And the first thing you said is, I've never seen those before.
I had not seen it, no. And I reached out to my peers right away, and I found out what it was, and got the answer pretty much immediate. But it was, and they were great to have. They just and the first thing he says, I bet it's on top of a hill, and sure enough, it was in wine country on top of a hill.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool.
So I guess it's common for those.
Where do you see yourself in 1 year from now? Just 1 year. A lot of people say, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?"
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 12 months?
Right here with you, brother.
Of
I mean,
course.
no, like the instructor a couple weeks ago in the meeting said, you're in the right seat, speaking to all the agents in the house, meaning that we're in the right office with you and
Yeah.
Lorianne. And that's where I want to be. This is the right seat to be in.
I appreciate that, and we will work very hard not to let you down. What do you for your productivity and for what you just have? I mean, in the Bible it says that people without a vision perish. Doesn't mean they're going to die. It
Right.
means they're going to run around confused.
Correct. In circles.
Yeah, and so speak to me on that biblical level. Like, what is your vision? What do you think is going to happen? What do you want to happen in the 12 months?
I feel I've already grown immensely just being around the culture and the knowledge from the young to old agents. Myself, I feel I'm going to evolve into a better agent than I've been in the past.
Yeah.
And just the feedback and the synergy in the office, being able to share and bounce ideas off one another, is phenomenal. And I feel at home here, so it's not like
it's kind of a homey office, right?
It is.
So cool.
No, the culture's fantastic, and I don't see myself going anywhere. I see this office. Actually, I take that back. We are going to be in a bigger office because you're going to need to expand because this team's going to grow.
I think it can. I don't have the recruit huge team mentality, and that's probably why we don't have 100 people.
Well,
I like small, like a SEAL team where
well,
there's
you find someone that's going to fit, and then you welcome into the fold, and it will evolve from there. And it's
Agreed.
something that's been it's organic. It's
Yeah.
not that you don't have to reach out for it because they're coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the culture.
Well, and we work at a brokerage too that is so supportive of the agent. I mean,
oh yeah, their program is just outstanding. The way they
is
think,
incredible.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah,
Hands down.
I've never grown. So I've been in real estate for 20 years, but the last 3 years I've been at EXP, I've just had exponential growth. It's just incredible.
Their programs and their foresight for the company and for the employees is all sales agent based. You know? So it's phenomenal.
When you have something, when you're selling something, whether it's a house or whether it's you're recruiting and you're selling someone on your program or whatever, if you really believe in it because the results are so profound, it's so easy to sell.
Right.
Actually, it takes the sales out of it.
It's exactly.
Right?
It's not selling.
Yeah. Anytime anyone asks me about EXP, it's so easy for me to just go, oh my gosh, I have so much to share with you. And I will open up my computer and show them real numbers on, look where I used to be, look what's happening now. You know?
Exciting.
And it's because of the brand, or because of the brokerage. But what I was really trying to get to, and we can end with this, I wanted to introduce you to, to my ecosystem,
right?
Our ecosystem through the podcast. I also want to have you on more podcasts, so I wanted to break you in on this.
Yes.
How many transactions do you think you can do in the next 12 months, just being on our team?
15 is what jumps to mind. I'm really going to work hard to exceed that number, but I feel confidently that that could be done easily because, I mean, it seems like everything is rolling in the right direction here with Zillow Flex, the other pay-per-click leads, whatever it is. And just the referrals, the customers that are coming back to this team.
That's right. I will say this. I think you will definitely I think you're going to hit your target for sure. And what's going to be exciting is in the next year, you're going to be able to take that, say, 15 transactions, and you're going to be able to leverage those to get at least one or two from those 15.
Absolutely.
And then, because that's where the magic is. Well, the fortune is in the follow-up, and when you work your sphere and your past clients, and you provide them value, and you just stay top of mind, then anyone that's looking to move is going to say, oh, my buddy Jerry, he helped me get a house, and the referral thing is going to be so natural. So one of the things I want to really help you with is taking that 15 and making sure it's at least 30 next year.
Perfect.
Right?
I love that.
Because you can do it.
Absolutely.
You can do it.
I know I can.
Yep.
And the most exciting thing for me is just making the client happy. The ones I have right now, they're just tickled pink to be getting the house they want. So there's nothing better than providing, all the information to make an informed decision and to make people happy.
That's why you are a perfect fit on this team. because it is clients first. It is.
100%.
Oh my gosh, I've told this story a couple times, but I'll tell it again. I had a client. He lives in Newport Beach now. That I was working with for about maybe 4 months, and showed him all kinds of properties, all of from Corona to actually he was looking in Corona,
Right?
And he really wanted this house. And he found it, and it was a for sale by owner, and they were offering 0 commission,
Right.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to show him this house. I'm not gonna after all this. Well, you know what? He ended up buying the house, and I helped him buy the house, and I made nothing.
Right.
It was 0. But I've gotten probably 15 referrals from this guy.
Absolutely.
I've made a fortune.
Because you care put the client first.
I put him first.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, it was like, you know what? I really need to practice what I preach here, and it's okay.
You practice it every day, brother.
Yeah.
There's no denying that.
Yeah. He didn't even know. I think to this day, he doesn't even know that I made nothing on it. Because he didn't understand how it worked.
Of course not. Then that's what people need, is to be helped through the process, because it's a bit confusing.
Oh, and it was a bit of a shit show, because there was a lot of things happened because there was no representation on the other side. I had to sort of handle both sides.
You were helping both of them through
and
it.
it was crazy. But and I was at Prudential at that time, way back when.
Oh, okay.
And
that's where I started.
Yep. And it was my manager was not happy because there was no money on the table,
of
right?
Course.
And so it was, anyway, long story. But you put the clients first.
The bottom line is you got to represent your buyer to the best of your ability. And
exactly.
if it means they're falling in love with that FSBO, but like you said, you got 15 referrals out of it over the years, so they remember that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I've learned too that you can write into the contract and be pretty stern about making sure that's a whole nother show.
Exactly.
I was brand new agent. I had been an agent for about just under a year with no coaching.
Right.
I was on my own, except I was really coached up on the REO side.
Okay.
In that ecosystem, but as far as representing a buyer, totally newbie.
Right.
I had nothing. So
yeah, totally different world.
But well, Jerry, thanks for being on the show. I'm glad you're on the team. Everyone loves you on the team.
I love being here.
It's an exciting thing, and I hope you enjoyed this little podcast.
I did. It's a little icebreaker for me, my first time, but we'll do more. It'll be fun.
We're going to get you on here to talk about all kinds of things about home inspecting and all that kind of stuff that you're good at, right?
Sounds good.
I want these podcasts to be a combination between getting to know who we are and also
providing some value.
Providing a lot of value.
Well, here's a tip for the sellers out there or the buyers. Always clean your dryer vents, because commonly when you purchase a home, a lot of times the seller will leave the washer, dryer, and refrigerator. Mm-hmm. And typically you don't ask the seller when's the last time they had that dryer vent cleaned. So anyway, it's just a quick tip. Yeah, exactly. And it's the number one cause of house fires. So I'm very passionate about that. I always tell people, get your dryer vents clean.
Very cool.
Quick and easy tip.
And that tip was absolutely free.
That's right.
That was a free. Thank you, Jerry.
You got it.
There's going to be a lot more coming out of you in the future. So anyway, thanks for being with us here today. We will catch you guys on the next one.
My pleasure.
Hey, wait, before you go, would you do us a favor? If you found any value in this content, would you please like and subscribe to it? Maybe even leave a comment. It really helps us out.